Hey, Matt Collum here. Appreciate you guys taking a look. I just wanted to talk a little bit about what my everyday carry is, kind of see what you think about it. Definitely changes from day to day. I don't really have a set everyday carry that I carry every item every day, but there are a few items that I have on me pretty much all the time. And then there are some items that come in and out depending on what I'm doing that day or where I'm going to be. Definitely dictates some of the things, like when it comes to, firearm or knife, things like that. Depends on where I'm going to be. And then there's some larger items that, maybe part of my everyday carry kit, but not necessarily in my pocket. So I'm going to go over some of the things I have as my everyday carry items and show you some of the things that kind of come in and out of that and see what you think. Appreciate you guys taking a look. Alright, so let's take a look at what I have that I usually carry. So first thing, of course, car keys. I've got my keys with a little multi-tool that has a screwdriver, knife sharpener, bottle opener. I've also got nail clippers on there that has a built-in bottle opener. Those two are usually on my keychain at all times. So that's the first thing. You have to have your keys, so you might as well have some useful items on there with it. Next thing is a phone. I think pretty much everybody nowadays carries a phone. My phone kind of doubles as a wallet because I really don't like carrying a wallet because I have other items I like to carry. So I have a card holder on the back. I usually have a credit or debit card and my driver's license, and then I try to keep at least one or two of these survival cards. It gives you some like fish hooks, saws, different options, or this one has a lot of different little useful tools. This one's actually safe to carry on a plane, so if you're doing any traveling, this one could go with you just about anywhere you go. Again, has a bottle opener, screwdriver, small tape measure, can opener, hex tools. You can even put a card in this slot and use it as a phone stand, so that one's handy. But usually one of those two are in with my cards and license in my card holder attached to my phone. So that leaves my pocket open for something else rather than a wallet. Now there are times when I carry a wallet if I'm having to carry multiple items, or if I know I'm going to be needing some things, I'll carry it. But this is what I usually, on an everyday basis, I'll carry my phone with a card holder on the back. Next thing is chapstick. I have this on me pretty much all the time, of course, for the normal use of just chapstick, but it's also good if you have a cut, paper cut especially. You can put chapstick on it as a first aid method, and it's also flammable, so you could use this as a fire starter if you needed to. But I always have a tube of chapstick on me pretty much 24/7. Pen. I work, a lot of times having to sign, do things, so I usually carry a pen on me. This is just a real regular blue Bic pen. This is typically what I use at work because if I lose it, I don't really care. And it has a cap, so I don't have to worry about it getting on my clothes in my pocket. But just a little cheap Bic pen. These things work great. They work for a long time, really inexpensive. So that's something I carry on me pretty much all the time also. Now when it comes to knives, everyone has different preferences. There's tons and tons of knives out there, anywhere from $200–300 to $10, just depending on your preference. So one of the knives that I carry on me all the time is this Outdoor Edge Razor Elite Everyday Carry. What I like about this knife is 3.5 inches, folding blade, but the blades are replaceable. Rather than sharpening, you just pop that blade off and you can use a new blade, just like a razor blade, but you can just replace it after you use it for a while. I like those because I have to do a lot of cutting at work, opening boxes, things like that. So for me, this is useful. I like these. They last for a long time. They're really inexpensive, about $20–24. But Outdoor Edge Razor Elite, Razor Light Everyday Carry. This is a nice little knife if you want something rather inexpensive, just for cutting and things like that. This is a nice little knife. And typically I partner that with a small Swiss Army knife. This is just a little small Victorinox Swiss. It's got the small blade. It's got a file with a screwdriver tip. The other side, it's got some scissors. And then it has tweezers and a toothpick. So I usually carry that along with it. You could even put that on your keys if you wanted to. It's got a little keychain holder. I typically just drop it in the bottom of my pocket and just have it as a backup for something. And then again, like I said, there's other knives that you can carry. This is a Gerber, has a serrated blade and a fixed blade. I do sometimes carry this one in replacement of the other. Just depends on which one I grab, but typically I have the Outdoor Edge on. And then a lot of guys are old school and they'll use the old button type knives, grandpa knives, a 2 or 3 blade. This is one I've had for a long time. It's got 3 blades on it. These are really handy. You just have to keep them sharp. You know, they're definitely handy with 3 different types of blades. But the biggest thing is just keeping them clean, keeping them sharp. But that's something a lot of guys will carry too. So whatever your preference is, I just recommend you have a knife on you at all times. I think there's a million uses to have a knife. So next thing is some sort of light. There's 2 different kinds. I usually carry this one because it has the push button. So you know, it's just a little flashlight with a clip on it. So that one's handy. Uses I think 2 AAA batteries, so lasts for a long time. It's real bright. But a little small clip-on flashlight. This is another one that I have. This was made by Smith & Wesson. You just twist it, you got your light there with the clip. The good thing about this one is it has a hard tip for glass breaking. So if you were ever stuck in your car, this little tip right here will break out your glass. So it's kind of an extra safety measure on top of it being just a flashlight. So usually one of those 2 I've got with me. Next is, you know, I don't smoke, but I do typically have a cigarette lighter with me or near me. Of course, you know, the small little Bic Mini, pretty handy if you need to light a fire. You know, it's handy to have those rather than having to rely on a flint start or something like that. Ferro rod, those things, matches. Sometimes those can get wet. So having a regular cigarette lighter a lot of times is good, especially if you're going to be doing any camping or hiking. So if I know I'm going to be outdoors a lot, or I know I'm going to have to make a fire, I'll usually carry one of these with me. The butane ones are pretty good too, because you actually get like a torch type light. So those are resistant to the wind. So if you're looking for something a little more robust that can light a little faster, you don't have to worry about wind. If you're going to be in windy conditions, you might want to think about getting one of the torch type. This is made by Ronsom. I had this one for a long time, but it comes in handy, especially outdoors. So, you know, just some sort of fire starter, backup. You know, if you have matches or something, that's one thing. But just having a reliable fire starter is something you might want to think about. Then, of course, I have a thumb drive. This usually has backups for my videos. A lot of times it'll have, you know, other files that I keep just in case I need access to them. But having some sort of thumb drive or SD card as a backup for some of your files is often handy to have, especially if you need to show it to a client or need to do a download or upload on the go. Maybe having a little thumb drive handy. And again, these can also go on your keychain if you wanted to. I keep my ear pods also with me. You know, if I'm needing to look at anything online and need to do it in privacy, having some earbuds of some sort. These are Apple earpods, but some sort of listening device, headphones, something like that. This is something I recently got. This is a Sog Multi-Tool. It actually doubles as a clip, or you can use it as a belt buckle too. I usually just clip it on, but this is pretty nice. It's small, folds up, has a pair of pliers. It also has multiple blades built into it, so you've got, you know, just your regular blade. You've also got a blade with a hole, so you could do punch, like through punching through leather, things like that. The other side over here, you got a file with a flathead screwdriver, and then you've also got this one here, this little small punch with a bottle opener. So that one's pretty nice. And then again, it has measuring tape on there, and then pliers, of course. So you can get up to about 5.5, 6 inches measuring. The pliers also have wire cutters built into them, so it's pretty neat. But this one's made by Sog, folds up. Like I said, it just clips onto this little clip here, and then you can either clip that to you, or you can use it as a belt buckle. It actually has an attachment that goes on the back where you can actually use this as a belt buckle and remove the clip. So I'm just using it with a clip, but a little small multi-tool, pretty handy. I like that. Might want to think about something like that in place of a larger Gerber or other multi-tool, but I like having a multi-tool, you know, for different reasons. Next thing is my everyday carry survival tin. I don't always have this on me. A lot of times I'll just have it in my everyday kit. I have a video that shows my everyday kit, and my Altoids 10 survival tin video shows what's in this, but this has a lot of survival items. But often I'm going to have that in my everyday carry kit. But if I know I'm going to be outdoors, maybe on a hike, camping, things like that, I will have this with me, maybe in my cargo pocket or my back pocket, because I don't often carry a wallet. But you know, Altoid survival tent, I would definitely keep that either in your vehicle or in your everyday carry kit, or your bug out bag if you have that you're going to keep on you. So, and then last but not least, you know, some sort of firearm, pistol. This is a Pliers THC 9mm. A lot of times I'll keep this in my vehicle, and then of course if I'm going somewhere where I think I'm going to need to carry, I'll have this on me. But you know, you're often limited on where you can carry that, especially if you work somewhere that doesn't allow carry, or if you're going to be going somewhere that's not allowed. You know, that's not something you can always carry on you, but you know, often as I can carry it, I'm going to always have a firearm. You know, you have the right to defend yourself, Second Amendment right, I definitely support. Hey, appreciate you guys taking a look at my video. Like I said, everyday carry is something specific for each person. There's a lot of different options out there. There's a lot of wide range of prices on equipment that you can carry. So this is just an example of some of the things that I carry. If you like what you see, let me know in the comments. If you have any suggestions or you want to let me know what you carry, please drop those down there in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, see what your take is and what opinions you have. But if you like what you see, please subscribe, and definitely appreciate you guys taking a look. Have a great day.